Everyone, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. So, in today's session, what we are going to discuss, we are going to implement practical implementations of custom entity extraction model, and we will do the inferencing, all the things. So, before going to jump into the real intuition, what we have said today, before that, I just want to give the glimpse of the things, whatever we had discussed. So far, we have understood what is entity, what is intent, and how we can do the labeling of these things, and what is the important of intent entity extraction model. Basically, we are not discussing right now of the about the intent extraction model. We have planned already. After this session, we'll discuss about the intent predictions model as well, but as of now we are just focusing on the entity extraction model. So what is intent entity? Here is the definition, which already we have seen in our previous videos. So whoever are new in this video, I will recommend first watch the first two video what we had done. Then how to implement the intent entity extraction model. So we have a basic steps we have seen, like prepare your data set which you want to train the model, and then convert the unlabeled data into the specific understandable format. This steps I am not writing. This step I have been captured from specie official document. I will share that file as well. I will share that sites as well in the description. Please watch that. And then label your data set using the label studio. You can use many tools are coming into market, like many paid tools are there, like Prodigy is there, uh, label studios are there. So many tools are there which help you to label your data set. Then import the label data into a specie understandable format, then pre-processing, training, inferencing, and creative web. So today we will see this pre-processing, training, and inferencing. This 5, 6, 7 point we are going to cover, and 1, 2, 3, 4 point we had already covered in our previous video. So now we are just going to target on the 5, 6, 7 point which we have set for today's agenda. Hope you understood the things. Let's begin with the agenda what we have set. So this is the screen which I wanted to discuss, but before that I want to show you one more thing. Just a minute. So we have done the labeling, and how we did the labeling. Here is the data, and I will do one thing. uh, I will delete these files because these are the not needed at all. What I feel. So you can see these are the label data which we did labeling using the label studio, and how we did the labeling, that part you can watch my second video of this playlist. So we have created this labeling for the training and validation data set. Now I'm going to write logic behind of that, how we can do the training at all. And before that, we have to do one more thing. I just wanted to show you official document of specie training pipeline. So this is the official document of a specie training pipeline. You can see I'm going to follow these things. And Prodigy, don't worry about this. Prodigy is just a labeling tools which specie guys are using, but it's a paid tool, so I will recommend you go with the specie label studio. That will help you out to do the all those things. Okay. So now this is the configuration file. I just copied the configuration file from here only. And this configuration file, what are the things is there, how many epochs you want to train, whether you want to use the GPU or not, and which language you want to train. So all the things, batch size, what will be the batch size is here, all the config related things is here. So, and what are the optimizers we are using, and yeah, so these are the things is there. So, and next, this is the configuration file, to call this configuration file to call the training pipeline. And then once this thing is done, this is the training command which will help you to train your model. And then we will come into the inferencing part. So without getting delay, let's do the things whatever we had planned. So so for that, what we have to do, so basically whatever label, after labeling whatever data we are getting. Okay, let me open the label data as well. So this is our label data. Let me open with we are not getting any options. Okay, just a minute. So how we can open this? So there is a way to open. So just open it. So you can see in this, actually this line, it got edited, no worries. But sometime what is getting happen, this line is not getting edited here. So we have to enter this line before start training pipeline. So in order to add this line, we are going to write a logic here. So I'll write this logic. So we have, so there is a function like this function, what it will do, it will add this line on your whatever label data we got, like COLL file. So in that, on top of that, it will add this line on top of this. So now what we are trying to do, so once we wrote this function, we are going to pass our function, pass our files, and that file will get edited by this line. So what we are trying to do here, we call this file, whatever we file have here, like you can see, we have this train entity extractor or original code file, and this file we are just calling here. Okay, and on this file we are just adding this line, this doc start and hyphen hyphen x hyphen 0 and this kind of thing. And once we are adding these things, we are creating a new file with the edited, and this is the train entity extracted COLL. So this file will get created. Similarly, we are doing for the validation data set as well, validation label data set as well, and this is the validation this thing. So once it's done, you just call this function and you can go to your directory. You can see we have created this new files. So in this file nothing is there. In this file, if you can open these things, this line got added here. Initially it was not there. So this, in order to add this line, we call this function. This function is doing the same thing. Okay, so yeah, now once this is done, then what we are trying to do, we are trying to convert our train and validation file to the spacey binary format file. So for that, what we have to do, we have to write this function, write this command. Either you can use, and this command I have not, I from where I got this command, I got this command from here directly. This is the spacey documentations they have been maintained. So here is somewhere they have mentioned this command. Yeah, this is the command where we can use these things. So that's a thing only, we are going to use the same command here. And once we are trying to do, okay, so it is working and the label extracted, this thing is done. Now once this part has been done, then next is what we have to create a configuration. We have to call the configuration. With that configuration, your spacey will understand which GPU you are using, which optimizer you are using. If you have seen the ANN, artificial neural network, there we used to pass in the TensorFlow or Keras, we used to pass the optimizers here, right? So here we have to pass the optimizer and all the things, all the configuration to the configurations file. So we have created one configuration file here. So here is the config.cfg, and this file I just copied from the Label Studio official documentation. So you can see this is the documentations is there, right? So in this document, all the configuration is there. I have not created anything new here. This documentation, this just I copied these things, and that part is done. And once it is done, then I am calling this function. It will take some time. Yeah, it's done. And then next important thing which we are going to do, we are just starting the training pipeline now. So for training pipeline, again, this is the command to train your custom NER model. So this is the command here. So if you call these things, then my training pipeline will get start. So here what we are passing the configuration, we are passing the epoch, how many epochs you want to train, and here you are passing the model, means output. So in which directory after training, whatever model will get generate, whatever binary file will get generate, that file will store inside of model directory. And here is the path of training file. This is the spacey understandable format, like it's a binary file which you label that it got converted into the binary format, and then we are passing this training path, and this is the testing path, sorry, validation path. And then once we are doing these things, so yeah, it getting start. Actually the training is getting started, you can see. Okay, so fine, it will take some time, might be. So meanwhile I can start inferencing call. Meanwhile, I can write a logic for inferencing pipeline. So, so for inferencing pipeline, what we have to do, we have to import spacey. For inferencing pipeline, we have to import spacey, and then once in spacey has it, then we have to call we have to load the model whatever will get trained. So this part I have to write here, and then p, or you can say spacey spacey why it is not okay, some program is running at the backend, that's what not giving the suggestion. So here we have to load our best model, whatever model will get generated. I'll show you in a while. So once let it to be load here. So I'm going to store, once the model will get loaded, I will store inside of one variable, which is the NLP. Then we'll call one sentence. So sentence will be same like cryptocurrency we have seen, like, right? So we have seen the cryptocurrency text data. So I'm going to call that same thing. So this is the cryptocurrency, and this is the text. Cryptocurrency price today suggests surged with the Bitcoin trading at this blah 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 things is there. So don't worry at all. So this is the text we have to pass through the model, and I will do one thing, like I should store these things in a one variable. That will be helpful actually. So instead of passing like this, I can pass like this. So what it does, I am not doing anything. I just copied one text from the train data, and that file, that text I just stored inside of sentence variable. So fine, so far we are good, and this part is done. Then next is what? Then we have to pass this. We have to create a doc. So in the doc, we have to pass this NLP variable, and inside of an NLP variable is what? It's a model file, right? So, and in that we have to pass this sentence, sentence. Okay. So once this thing is done, then it will do all those things. Like in spacey, already complete pipeline is there. Like if you can see the training pipeline. So here we can see like what are the training things we have to do. Type training, text, label, and then gradient, model, and update the model. All those things is doing internally, like all the stemming, all those things is getting done internally. So that's what it's complete pipeline they will create internally. We no need to do anything. Okay. So yeah, fine. So next is what? We have to do the inferencing, right? So for that, what we can do actually, so for that we can import one package like displacey. So displacey is coming with the spacey. If you will not use this, you cannot see a visual impact of entities. So if you will use this spacey, then you can see the visual impact at all. So I can show you. So yeah, fine. Still my training is going on. Let it to be trained first. So I'll stop this video recording for a while because it's okay. Yeah, my training is done. Fine. So my training is done. You can see here loss, token to vector, loss, NER, entity P, entity R, scores, all those things has been captured, and tokenizer, token to vec, all the model also has been saved. And how the model has been saved, I can show you. You can see we have a model directory. Inside a model directory, we have model best, model last. Always we have to select the model best model, and here all the models has been saved, like NER model, token to vector model, vocabs, all those things is there, meta JSON, tokenizer. Because if we are going to train our any kind of NLP use case, if we are going to train any kind of model with the NLP use case, then we have to many things to do for the in case of pre-processing. So like tokenizer, vectorizer, these things, embedding, many things we are going to do, because machine will not understand raw text. Machine will only understand the numbers, right? So fine. Okay, here it's that make a mistake. And okay, so here I can do like NLP, and load, I can store my model, model model, and here is the model best. Always select the best model, and this is the text. I think this is fine. It will take some time, and now we are good. Now you can see, like, okay, it's a black background, that's what not able to visualize, but how can I show you? I'll try to show in the subline. Yeah, so you can see a cryptocurrency price today's, this was the raw text, and how it got identified. You can see bitcoin got identified the currency name, and trading at, and dollar, there is a some misconception is also there, wrongly has been identified, which is correct because we have not labeled correctly as well. I feel like I labeled, you can see like in front of you only I did the labeling. Actually this should be identified as a amount, but it's getting identified as a price, and this should be the percentage. 2.6 is a percentage, it should be identified as a percentage, but it's not identifying the percentage. And you can see 1.3 is the currency name. Actually it's getting identified as a currency name. 1.3 should be identified as a percentage. So it's wrongly identifying. I totally agree this point, but yeah, if you will label properly, if you will do train the model for the long epochs and all those things, you will get some result. So hope you understood that how we can do custom entity extraction model, and we store the model. Now our next agenda will be to how to inference this model with help of some kind of web app, and so that we can get the result. And also I will show you how we can host the model. It's a part of our curriculum. So hope you enjoyed this video, hope you like this video. Please, if you like this video, then please do subscribe our channel so that never missed our update. But one recommendation is there: if you are directly jumping to this video, I recommend to watch the previous two video, because it is the connected with this, with those two videos. Otherwise you won't get any real-time intuitions behind of that. So with this, thank you guys, thank you for watching.